Hello everyone in the EDAP587 class, Teaching and Learning Online. This is Module 3. And of all the modules so far, this is probably the most important one. As I've told you, there are two ways of looking at distance learning. One is through a belief mode, and the other is through design mode. We have been in belief mode up to this point with the knowledge building principles, and these principles were first enunciated by Marlene Scardamalia and Carl Bereiter from the University of Toronto School of Education, otherwise known as OISE, Ontario Institute for Studies in Education. And what they were getting at is a synthesis of the thinking that had gone on up to this point in education about how group work and how student work are interrelated. If you think about it, one of the things that we are dealing with when we think about an online class is we have to make a decision about how we are presenting. Are we just presenting in a flat mode where we just say, here are the facts, memorize, take a test, which is what you did in Module 1. And most of you wrote me back that you were not too happy with Module 1. That was the thinking. I wanted you to see what it was like. Now, in this module, what we have is we have a basis for looking at it in a different way. This is a very profound and deep learning module. It is probably going to take you a while to make your way through everything that's in here. If you are a reader and you're much more comfortable with reading, I would suggest that you start with KB and creativity. If you like to see and hear and read, take a look at Knowledge Building Principles Explained videos. These were created by some dear friends of mine. This is Richard Messina, good friend. And if you look over here on the right, you will see all of the different ways that you can come at this. I tell you where I would start. I'm going to go ahead and run a PowerPoint at you for just a little bit on Monday. But I would start here with the 12 principles of knowledge building. These are real live teachers talking about real live use, and there are also real live students here. This is the one that I own when we were creating this list. And what I love about it is it's very, very simple, very well explained. Now, having said that, some of this gets a little heavy into the jargon speak, graduate school speak. Don't let that throw you. Listen to what kids and teachers say. They're the ones who make it all worthwhile. I would also urge you to look at the original work. This is a PDF. This is Marlene's original thinking. This is the original article that she wrote, and it still holds up. So, when I see you on Monday at 4 o'clock on June the 5th, we have a lot of information to cover. Eventually, what you're going to end up doing is you're going to explain back to me your understandings of the 12 knowledge building principles and how they fit within a classroom, and even more important, how it fits within an online situation. Now, to make things easy for you, I have here a document called KB Explained, and this particular document is essentially your cheat sheet, because it goes through and talks to you about what the principle is, what it means, how it can be used, what are the roles of technology to support this, the possible obstacles to overcome it, and then indicators. In other words, how do you know that you are seeing it? I want you to look at this and realize that all of this was created within a framework of an online community. So you can look at this through the lens of classroom, and you'll hear Richard talk a lot about that, because Richard basically took the ideas and ran with it within a classroom. And I'm not going to spoil that because it's such good stuff for you to watch. When we created this, when we were writing the knowledge building principles way back 20 years ago, what we were trying to come up with was the ideas of how it could be done in an online setting. We were using a tool called Knowledge Forum at the time. And Knowledge Forum existed long before there was anything like Facebook. And what we were doing at that time was we were having kids write down their ideas in an online community, and then they would share those ideas with members of the community who then would talk back to them about their ideas. You hear a lot of that when you watch the videos. You'll hear a lot about kids sharing ideas and then rethinking ideas. In an online community, I feel very strongly about the idea of it being a very topographical community, a very topographical framework, in that there is lots and lots of give and take, lots and lots of opportunities for kids to demonstrate their understanding and then talk about it, as opposed to a very flat look, which is what you did in Module 1. Okay, that's enough. You can tell this is something very near and dear to my heart, and we will talk about it on Monday at 4 o'clock. See you all then.